Module 2, Lesson 3, Diabetes Superfoods. In this lesson, I want to introduce you to the diabetes superfoods that can change your life. And these are essentially foods that fall into the categories that you've just learned about in Lesson 2. They include foods that are filled with fiber, antioxidants, those anti-inflammatory properties, healthy fats, and so much more. Now, I started by showing you the categories of foods that I'd like you to target that are going to be your allies. They're going to be some of your best friends in helping you achieve balanced blood sugar levels. And what I want you to do is I want you to concentrate on eating a variety of foods from each of those categories, not just a few categories or a few of the foods. So I'd like you to start with some food suggestions that I'm going to share with you. And then I want you to go ahead, have fun, and discover in your kitchen how putting together some of these foods can be fun and how you can have a daily adventure every day in your kitchen. Fatty fish. And why is fatty fish one of the most important categories? Well, it's because they contain unsaturated fats and because they contain omega-3 fatty acids. And that's one of the richest sources of omega-3 fatty acids. The reason that as somebody with diabetes and blood sugar challenges that you want these is because they help protect you from heart disease. And for those with challenged blood sugar levels, we're at 2 to 4 times higher rate of heart disease than any other population. So it's very important. Now, there's many varieties of fish and many types of fish to choose from. And along with that, there's many great ways to prepare them. Some of the more common ways to prepare them may include grilling them in your oven or baking them in your oven, either on foil or parchment paper. If you have a countertop convection oven, that's another way. But if you want to get creative and have some fun outdoors, you can try barbecuing fish to really bring out the flavor. And you can put the denser fishes right on the grill to get that nice crispy outer layer and texture. And you can put the more delicate fish in foil. Now, one of the secrets of doing fish on the grill is to actually keep them at a medium to high temperature. Whereas in the oven, you want to put them on a moderate, not high temperature. Now, you may have heard of the great benefits of berries. There's raspberries, strawberries, blueberries, blackberries, gooseberries, many types of berries. And berries are super fighters with antioxidants. Now, they contain many vitamins, such as vitamin C and K. They have manganese. They have natural fiber, and they are brimming with those natural antioxidants. So this helps us because they help us to fight those internal inflammations that are happening every time our sugars are even just slightly elevated. What else berries do is they help reduce the risk of diabetes, obesity, and heart disease, while strengthening metabolism to help prevent against any metabolic challenge, any kind of syndrome at all. So berries are also known to help improve blood sugar levels and to fight inflammation. And what's really great about them is that they're so versatile. So you can eat them as a snack on their own. You can add cinnamon to them. You can add mint to them. You can add them to your smoothies. You can put them on yogurt. You can mix them into salads. I frankly like to put them on top of my grilled fish or chicken as a really nice presentation and add-on for flavor. Another, worldwide wonderful ingredient to add to all of our cooking is garlic because of the many health benefits. Now, there's many vitamins and fiber in garlic, and what garlic is really known for is boosting our immune system. Now, as you might know, the immune system of somebody with diabetes, because of those high blood sugars, is compromised as much as 80%. So garlic is going to be one of your best allies. How do you use garlic? You can use it in virtually almost anything, from soups to stews to stir fries and any meal. So you want to try adding a little bit of extra virgin olive oil or avocado oil, and you want to put in whole cloves, and you can toss those into the oven very easily with anything else that you're cooking. But you can do those separately. And when they're done, about 45 minutes later, you can squeeze out the garlic pieces and mash them into your favorite dishes. This might include having a pilaf of quinoa with vegetables, or a vegetable side dish, or a stew, or a protein dish that you're making. Garlic can be used everywhere. And again, the amount up to you based on flavor and taste, but just know it packs a real punch for your immune system. Now, eggs are also a superfood in that they contain multiple vitamins. They have the vitamin D, they have the protein, and they can be used in a number of ways. So, other than having them for breakfast, whether you like to have an omelet over easy, hard-boiled, or scrambled, you can actually use these in stir fries with pilafs. Again, you can use them with quinoa or rice. You can use them in vegetable dishes, but also you can also use them in salads and in soups. Another amazing superfood is chia seeds. And why is because they're high in omega-3 fatty acids, which we talked about earlier. They're high in fiber, antioxidants, and they have a component of protein as well. Now, how do you use chia seeds? Well, you can add chia seeds to your smoothies. You can let them soak in almond or coconut milk for just a few hours. And you can enjoy a tasty, nutritious snack. Now, frankly, I have a shaker, and I like to sprinkle them on salads. I like to put them in soups. I put them in stews. I even use them when I'm using a batter to use on any chicken that I might be doing or any fish that I might be doing. So there's many ways to use chia seeds. Vegetables are a superfood. No matter how you look at it, they're rich in vitamins, they're rich in calcium, minerals, and they play a key role in regulating blood sugar levels. And plus, many vegetables are high in protein, fiber, and antioxidants. With vegetables, you really can't go wrong. You want to get good quality vegetables that are grown in good soils to give you those minerals that they can be so rich in. But you really can't go wrong with vegetables, except when it comes to three particular vegetables. And those include white potatoes, because of the high starch content, corn, for the same reason, high in sugar, and beets is another one you want to be aware of. So you might want to limit the quantities of them and keep that in mind. Now, some vegetables, such as avocados, which are also high in those good fats, the monosaturated fats, are very good fats, but you want to have those in controlled amounts. So you want to watch your portion sizes for that. But I want you to go ahead and enjoy them along with so many other vegetables. The broccoli, the asparagus, the spinach, the kale, the tomatoes, the lettuces, the mushrooms, the zucchinis, the eggplants, the tomato, just about any kind of vegetables, even the bean sprouts, the broccoli sprouts, the alfalfa sprouts, all those wonderful sprouts, so good for you. Now, you can also use vegetables in desserts, and that's a really cool thing because you don't even know you're eating them. Now, the whole thing here is to also aim for a variety of colors and textures, and go ahead and try these. You can have them raw, you can saute them, you can steam them, you can include them in roasts and in soups and stews. Very versatile, and of course, our wonderful salads. Nuts are also a superfood because they contain fiber, vitamin minerals, they contain healthy fats and proteins. But I'll tell you, the one thing that you might not be aware of is that the fats in nuts are not fully absorbed. And that's why they play a role in helping to regulate blood sugar levels and body weight. Now, how much should you have? You should have about an ounce of nuts every day as a healthy guideline. Some of their benefits also include reducing your risk of heart disease, helping to lower your LDL, which is your bad cholesterol. And you may be saying, how can I use them other than, a snack, a handful? Well, you can add them to salads. You can add them to cooking. Frankly, I like to roast them on the stovetop, and I let them brown a little. And I actually add them to my quinoa pilafs, I add them to my sautés, and I use them as toppings on top of my fish and chicken. And I create really cool dishes. One of my favorite is peanut butter chicken. Flax seeds are also a superfood. They're high in omega-3s, fiber, and antioxidants. And you can sprinkle flax seeds onto almost any hot dish, cold dish. into any smoothie or salad dressing. Very versatile. They taste amazing in desserts. As a matter of fact, if you're making a healthy muffin, like a zucchini carrot muffin, or you're making a homemade bread, you're doing anything homemade, you can always add flax seeds. Now that you have a good understanding of the categories of foods and the types of foods to aim for, in the next lesson, we're even going to go a little deeper on how to choose foods based on their glycemic index.